So hello, with me is Tom Coughlin. He has been talking about future directions of the CE society. So in what terms should we care for our future in terms of consumer electronics, I mean?
Well, because they're going to live there. That's why we need to be concerned about it. But I was talking today about, I talked about some of the things we're doing. We got some things going on in the Internet of Things. There's obviously things going on in life science. But particularly I was focusing today on something called Safe Advanced Mobile Power. And the idea is to be able to create a design and an initiative to develop a power source that could power a smartphone for a week's worth of normal use without recharging from proximity to a fixed power source.
How will that work?
Well, the ideas behind it are that it could be a power storage device, power generation device, energy harvesting, or wireless power.
So it's a combination of all those possibilities, and so wherever you are, you can use one of them.
Yeah, or combined together, but should be manufacturable at low cost, so it can be in a consumer device, and it has to be safe and convenient to use. But the thing is, if you have that, not only is it convenient, but it also could be extremely useful. And if I had more energy in these things anyway, I could do a lot more stuff with devices I carry with me, whether it's a phone or a watch or even my clothing eventually, whatever's electronic.
So do you expect presentations on this subject next year, maybe even a session on that?
I could see that definitely happening. In fact, we've got, there's a couple of workshops we're putting on this year in the Consumer Electronics Society Future Directions Committee. We did one in San Jose in July on this Safe Advanced Mobile Power Initiative. We're going to do another one in early December this year in Galway, Ireland, with Peter Coughlin. So we're working on a white paper out of that, and I could see, we've got a few people here who said they'd like to participate in it, who are at the conference here too. So I think we could definitely have some things that could, if that was of interest, we could definitely get some things on there, and I think that would be a very exciting topic.
Yeah, that sounds promising. Are there other aspects which we should look into for the future of consumer electronics?
Oh, absolutely. There's a whole bunch of things. Part of what the idea of putting the power in these things is so we can do a lot of the other stuff. There's a number of technologies that are out there that we could use, all the way from micro projectors that could be built into something like this. There's people that are talking about devices like this that they might have medical diagnostic equipment that would be plugged in your phone for like going out in the field and doing things with people. There's a whole bunch of health science stuff, of course, that one could work on there. There's Internet of Things and for the consumers and what all that would entail. So we've got a group working on that. We have a session planned on that at the GCCE. We're trying to do it at the ICC in Berlin. We could do it even in Las Vegas. But we could do it in Berlin next year if you guys are interested in that too.
You were talking about small things. Is there also something about big things?
About big things? Like what?
Like, Ultra HD, something like that.
Oh, Ultra HD. There's definitely, we definitely have some things related to imaging. Topics have come up. The thing about the Future Directions Committee, we're driven by the energy and interests of individuals who want to get involved in it. So we haven't had anyone to drive that particular activity yet, but we're definitely open to doing that. There's all manner of things that we can do in consumer electronics, and I think the Consumer Electronics Society should lead the way in interesting and useful things that we can do with the consumer devices, which basically are changing the world. If you just go around here in the IFA, look at all the different interesting things that people are doing. There's a lot of these things that were not possible maybe even 5 years ago that new technologies have made possible.
Yeah, I think all of us are looking forward to the future and looking forward to what will appear on the horizon. So thank you very much for coming, Tom. It's always a pleasure to listen to you in the keynote or to talk to you as here. Thank you very much, Tom.